Welcome to White Hat Ways. In this video, we'll be learning about cohort analysis. Cohort analysis is something that comes in Google Analytics under the audiences section over here. As you can see, this is coming under the audiences section and down below audiences there is overview, then active users, then lifetime value, and then comes cohort analysis. Cohort analysis basically is an analysis of various users who are coming on a particular day. So for us to understand cohort analysis, let us first understand what is a cohort. So cohort is something that is a group of users which has a common characteristic. It is a group of users who share the common trait. It is an assembly of users who are sharing the same kind of characteristic. So in this case, what exactly is the characteristic that we are considering? What we are considering over here is that all those users who are coming on the day zero, which is what we are taking it as a day zero. So let this particular date be the day zero. So all those users who came and visited my website on this particular date, which is what we are saying or calling it as day zero, would be forming a cohort. These are those set of users whom I am going to basically consider while I am doing my analysis for cohort analysis. So I would be basically considering what their traits are, what their behavior is as far as my website goes, and as far as they are going to visit my website, what is their behavior like. In this particular example, what we are considering over here, as the screen is showing, is that all those users who are coming on the day zero, are they coming on the day one? And if they are, how many of them are coming on the day one, which is the very next day to the day zero? And how many of them are coming on the day two? And how many of them are coming subsequently on the day three? So what am I trying to analyze over here is the user retention. Whether my website is having a capability to basically retain the users and it is able to take hold of those users who are visiting this particular website. So I am basically trying to gauge whether my website is good enough or attractive enough that whosoever visits my website on this particular date, which is what we are calling it as day zero, are they able to come the next day, or they are coming on the very next day, or the next day, or on the day three, is what we are trying to gauge out of this particular report. So I am basically trying to analyze the user retention. So let us move on to the slide first of all, and then we'll come back over here into this particular analysis, and then we'll read off this particular chart. So I'll just move to the slide. So this slide explains cohort analysis in a very detailed manner. As it says, is a cohort is a group of users who share a common characteristic. So as I told you, cohort is a group of users who are sharing a particular trait. One trait is matching and is common amongst all those users who are forming one particular cohort. So after that, what it says is, for example, all the users with the same acquisition date belong to the same cohort. So while we are making this report, the cohort which we are making, the group which we are making, is having a common trait, which is acquisition date. So all these users are those users who are having the same acquisition date. They were acquired by my website on the same very date. Then what it says is, what you do in this cohort analysis report. So what we are going to do actually is what it explains. So we organize the users into groups based upon shared characteristic like acquisition date. So first of all, basically we are going to filter all those kind of users who are visiting my websites based upon this particular acquisition date in consideration, what we are considering, and we would be naming it as day 0. And then the second step is then examine the behavior of those groups according to the metrics like user retention, subsequent to which we are basically trying to examine how far they good at at coming to my website time and again. Are these users who have been acquired on the day 0 visiting my website on the day 1 2 or day 2 or day 3? Are they revisiting my website? Is my website potent enough to retain the customers or not? Is what I am trying to gauge out of this particular report. So let's move on to the report once again, as is there in the Google Analytics, and let's see what this report says. So the day 0 is the day on which basically 100% of these users came, because whosoever might have come to this website, we are calling that these are the 100% of my entire data, because this is the data I am going to consider. So I am saying that whosoever visited my website, be it 5 people visiting my website or be it 100 people visiting my website on day 0, but they are 100%, because this is the data which I am taking into consideration. So it is what it is, and it is 100% of the data which I am considering, basis the fact that on day 0 100% of the people came on my website. Out of 100%, on the day 1 only and only 3.31% of the users were retained. They revisited my website on the day 1, subsequent to which on day 2 this number deteriorated to 1.12%, and further this number deteriorated to 0.56, and on the day 4th, as you can see, it was 0.19, and then it was 0.28, and then on day 6 it is 0%. It is 0%. This particular line matches the x-axis at day 6. So this is what I am trying to gauge, that out of the 100% people who came on the day 0, only 3.31% came on the day 1, and then only 1.12 came on the day 2, and only 0.56 came on the day 3. So it is telling me the user retention capacity of my website. Are these people revisiting my website or not? Are they getting retained by my website or not, is what I can gauge or I can make out of this particular report. Now we are going to see this particular report, how this report has been made in a particular Excel sheet. As you can see, there are various dates that are coming over here. On 17th of October, 100% of the people came onto this particular website, out of which on 18th, which is the day 1, 4.92 revisited this website, and then on day 2, 1.93, and then day 3, 1.14. So this number would keep deteriorating. Of course it would, but what it is saying is that it is telling me how many people out of those 100% people who visited on these very dates, like on 18th of October, 100% people visited. So again, the users which were actually there on 18th of October were 1168 users, but still, whatever be the number, we are calling it as 100%, because that is the entire data which is what we are taking into consideration. So out of these 1168 users which were acquired by my website on 18th of October 2020, which is day 0, 3.60 revisited my website on the day 1, which is the very next day to day 0, and then 1.63 came on the day 2, then 0.77 came on the day 3, and 0.43 came on the day 4, and again it came to 0. It merged with the x-axis. And again, let's see the very next data. It is 19th of October. So on 19th of October, my website acquired 1974 users, which is 100% of what I am considering. These are the total number of users, which is what I am considering. And then when I'm presuming that this is 100%, out of these 100%, only 3.90 revisited my website on the day 1, which is the day very next to day 0, and then 1.98 on the day 2 and 1.27 on the day 3. Now, this is how you are reading this particular data. However, let's make this particular chart in an Excel sheet on our own to actually understand how it is made, so that we would completely understand what cohort analysis is. So let's move on to the Excel sheet now. So let's move on to the Excel sheet and let's see how this particular chart, which was made in the Google Analytics cohort analysis section, was made. So let's consider that these are the days. So I'll just write it over here. This is Sunday, then comes Monday, then Tuesday, and I'll just take it across. So these are the various days of the week, and in this particular case what I am going to consider is one particular week. We are considering this data, this cohort, for one particular week, which is basically starting from Sunday and it is ending on Saturday. These are the 7 days. The week starts from Sunday and ends up on Saturday. Now, over here, I would write day 0. As you could see, and in that particular chart also, there was a day 0, which is actually the day which we are considering, on which we acquired 100% of the traffic, which we are considering that this is the 100% of the traffic. So day 0, then day 1, and again I can just take it over here. Fine. Now let's consider that on Sunday, which is day 0, which is the day 0, we acquired 100 users. Let's say on Monday we acquire 200. Then on Tuesday, let's say we acquire 100 once again. Let's say on Wednesday we acquired 50 users. On Thursday, let's these number of users be 50 again. Then on Friday, let's assume that towards the weekend on Friday we get 200 users once again and 100 users on Saturday. Now, Sunday, day 0, we acquired how many users? 100 users. So these 100 users were coming on Sunday. Why? Because it is day 0. On Monday, we acquired 200 users. These 200 users came on Monday because that is the day 0. Again on Tuesday, it's 100. It is day 0. Now let's say on Sunday, 100 users were acquired, but out of these 100 users, 40 users came on the subsequent day, which is day 1, which would be which day? This would be Monday, because this is day 1 for Sunday. The day 0 was Sunday, which was 100. This figure came down to 40 on the day 1, which is Monday. Similarly, on Monday, we acquired 70. So for Monday, what will be the day 1? It will be Tuesday. So on Tuesday, 70 people came. Now, on Tuesday, 100 people were acquired, but on the very next day, which is day 1, which would be what? Wednesday, we got, let's say, 10 people. So this will be 10. Let's say 20 people. Let's because 100 out of 100, 10 would be like 2 less. So let's assume it is 20 people. Then on Wednesday, let's assume we acquired 50 people. Out of those 50 people, 10 people came on day 1, which would be Thursday. So on Thursday, 10 people came. And then for Thursday, let's say the day 1, how many people we acquired? Let's say it is 20. And then on Friday, let's say the day 1 got 120 people, because the number over here on the day 0, which is Friday, is obviously 200. So let's suppose that out of these 200, we got 120 on Saturday. Fine. And then this is Saturday. What's going to happen over here? After Saturday, what comes? It is the next Sunday. So obviously this is something that we are not considering. We are not going into the next week. After Saturday, which is the day 0, there comes the next Sunday. So obviously I am not considering this particular day, because this is out of the purview of my data of which I am considering basically. So I am putting an X over here because it is Sunday of the next week. So I am only going to consider this data pertaining to this particular week, which is what we are considering, and also these only people who were acquired on the day 0 of these respective days. Fine. So let's move on to the day 2. So for Sunday, day 0 is 100. The figure came down to 40 for on Monday. And then let's suppose that on Tuesday, how many people were acquired? We acquired 20. And then on Monday, we acquired 200 people. On Tuesday, it came down to 70. And on Wednesday, which is day 2, we get how many? We get let's say 25. Okay. Then on Tuesday, what happens is that we acquired 100 people, which is it came down to 20, which is on Wednesday. And then let's say that this number came down to 10 on Thursday, which is day 2. Then on Wednesday, it is 50, 10, and then let's say 5 on day 2. And then on Thursday, let's say this number came down to 9. So Thursday we got 50 people, and then on Friday it came down to 20. On Saturday this number came down to 9. After Saturday comes Sunday. So what would happen over here? We would put in X, because this is going to be the Sunday of the subsequent week, which is not in our purview. We are not considering that particular time period. So this would actually be X. Similar to this, Friday 200, number came down to 120 on day 1, which is on Saturday. Again, I would be putting an X over here, because again it is Sunday of the next week. Again, I will be putting an X over here, because obviously it is going to be Monday of the next week. So X. So I can better put X's all over here, because this is something which is out of my date purview. I am not actually wishing to analyze this particular time period. So I can just keep putting X's over here, because these are the dates which pertain to the next week. Again, I can put all the X's onto these particular date ranges. Now let's come on to these very figures, which is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. We are only left with these. So Wednesday, let's say out of 50 people, 10 came on the day 1, which is Thursday. 5 came on the day 2, which is Friday. So we can put a number over here. because there is one more day which is left in that particular week, which is Saturday. So let's say we got two people on Saturday, and again this is Sunday, this is again Monday of the next week, and this is again Tuesday of the next week. So we are only left with these three rows. Let's assume that on Sunday we got 100 people. Out of this, 40 turned up on the first day, and 20 turned up on the second day. And let's assume that on the third day we got 9 people out of these. And on the day 4, which would be which day? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is gonna be Thursday. So let's say on Thursday we acquired 4, and then let's say on day 5 we acquired 2 people, because let's say it is the Friday, and again this is gonna be the Sunday of the next week. So I'm gonna put an X over here. No, it will be day 1 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So let's assume this is gonna be Saturday actually. So let's say on Saturday we got 1 person. So this is how it is. Let's say on Monday 200 people were acquired on the day 0, and then Tuesday we got 70, on Wednesday we got 25, on Thursday let's assume that this number was let's assume it's 8, and then it is gonna be let's say 2 for Friday, and let's assume this is 1 for the Saturday, and then again on day 6 it's gonna be across, because this is gonna be the Sunday of the next week, which is what I am not considering. Again on Tuesday we acquired 100 people, and the day next we got only 20 out of them, and then we got 10 which is Thursday, and then let's assume that out of 10 how many turned up. So 4 people, let's assume, turned up on the day 3 in this particular line, and let's assume that only 1 person came on Saturday. So 100 people came on Tuesday. On day 1 this number went down to 20, which is Wednesday, Thursday 10, Friday 4, and Saturday it is 1. And again I'm gonna put an X over here. Why? Because this is Sunday of the next week, and this is gonna be Monday of the next week. Now all we have to do is we have to basically do the summation of these figures. So I have this entire grid in front of me, and all I have to do is take the summations of day 0, then day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and day 6 over here, and calculate the totals over here. So I'll just write total over here, and instead of X I might put just 0, so that the calculation becomes easy. I'll just put zeros against all the X's. X's were put basically for you to understand it well. Let me put it 0 as a numeric value, because that is how it would be easy for the Excel also, and there would not be any confusion for you as well as for the Excel to calculate all the sum totals. So I'm just putting all the zeros instead of all the X's that I had earlier put. So just one more second, and we are just gonna be taking the totals out, and you can see we have all the zeros instead of all the X's that we had earlier put. Now I will start calculating the totals over here. So I'll just click on this particular auto sum sign, and it's gonna calculate the total. And let me just calculate all the totals over here, and then we'll move ahead and see the chart. How does it look like? So And what's this total gonna be? 700. Now, this is the entire chart that is entirely made, and if you just compare it with the one that was there in our analytics, you can go ahead and see that the chart is matching. It is totally matching with the one that we have created over here. It's taking a bit of time to load, but then you would see that it is entirely matching. The chart which is coming over here is somewhat similar to the one that we've made. Over here we have put the day name, which is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and they have actually written the date. Day 0, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7 again remains the same. It is entirely the same, and you can see this is how it is appearing. So we have all the zeros coming over here. As you can see, the last parts of all the dates have these zeros, and the down below portion is all blank, which is obviously zero only. As we had put cross sign over here, they have not even put the cross sign, they have just left it blank. So it is somewhat similar to the one that we've made. Now let's move on to this particular graph once again, and you can see that the graph is like an obtuse angle. So as we can see, this is an obtuse angle. What is an obtuse angle? Obtuse angle is an angle which is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So let's plot our own data, the one that we made in our Excel sheet. Let's see whether does that make an obtuse angle, an angle which is similar to this angle. So let's go and check it out in our Excel sheet. So I'll just move on to the Excel sheet once again. I'll just select all these figures over here. I'll go to insert and just try seeing the chart. So I'll just click on charts and I come over here, and you can see again, you can see that this is an obtuse angle. Now let me click on move chart and let me take it in another sheet. So I will just give it a name as cohort analysis. I'll just put it as cohort analysis, and I'll click on OK. It's not coming. So we have the graph which is coming over here. You can see, in case I just click on plus sign, you can see the x-axis title. These you can give it a title, and obviously I'll name it as cohort. So I'll just name it as cohort analysis. And you can see the graph coming over here is the one that is matching. And let us also go to the Canva and make it in a better manner also. Let's make it over there also, so that we completely understand this cohort analysis. So I'll just go to Canva once again. I have already opened the window, so I'll just go over there and we can see it in Canva also. So I'll just go to Canva. I click on create a design, custom dimensions. So I'll just put 1200 by 1200 pixels, so that we have a big canvas, and onto which I can explain it well. And then let me go to elements, and I will go to charts. So this is charts. So these are all the histograms. I'm not going to take them. I'm gonna take this one again, a bar that can represent it well. And what I'm gonna do is I'll put the name as day 0. I'll just copy this. Item 2 would be day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and the last one is day 6, because we are starting off with day 0, so we are ending up at day 6. Now let us plot the values. So the first value, as we all know, for day 0 was what? It was 700. So we are gonna write 700 over here, and see, you can see the graph is started making on its own as we are plotting on the values. I'll just enlarge it for you so that you can see it well, and you can see it's 700. Then let's take the other number, which is 280. So I'll just write 280 over here. See, then comes 69 for day 2. So for day 2 it's 69, you can match it. For day 3 it is gonna be 23, so it's 23. For day 4 it's 7. And then for day 5 it's 3, and then day 6 it's 1. So I'll just do it again, all in one go. And you can see the graph again is an obtuse angle, very much similar to the one that we have it over here in analytics. So from with this particular graph, what am I making out? What am I making out with this particular graph is that on day 0, 100% of the people came on day 0, but on the day 1 it dropped to this level, and then on day 2 it dropped to this level, day 3 it dropped to this level, and day 4 it dropped to this level, and day 5 it dropped to this level, day 6 it dropped to 1, and it is basically touching the x-axis. So this is how cohort analysis works. Basically we are trying to measure how many users are coming on the day 0, and we are basically concluding that all whosoever is coming on the day 0 on this particular date, which is the date I want to measure, all of whom are coming onto my website, I am saying that this is 100, and out of these 100 I am going to assign percentages to the people who are coming on the next day, to day 0, which will be day 1, and then day 2, day 3, and day 4, to analyze what is the user retention date of my website, how lucrative people find my website, that they keep coming onto my website, how good my website is as far as the user retention goes. So cohort is basically making it easy for you to understand it well in a proper manner. Now let's move on to analytics screen once again, and you can see it is the same very graph that is being presented over here. Now cohort type is acquisition date, as you can see it. Cohort size is by day. Metric is user retention. Of course we are trying to analyze what is the user retention, and the date range is 7 days. In case you wish to change it, you can change it to last 14 days. So if I change it to last 14 days, this is how the cohort is. So you can see most of the time this particular line is moving parallelly with the x-axis but not touching it. It is only touching it on the, not even on the 12th day. There is still a gap that is coming, and on the 12th day also this particular website of Google, the demo account of Google, is able to retain 0.06% of the users. The metric over here is user retention, because we are trying to analyze how many users is my website able to retain. You can change the date ranges to last 21 days, and for a month too you can do that. User retention, you can see revenue per user or session duration per user, sessions per user, and goals completion. I hope you remember what are goals. I have discussed what are goals in one of my videos. Do go ahead and check it. Goals is something that is what we all are aspiring for. So completion per user also can be measured through this particular report. And then cohort size is by day. In case you want to change it to a week's time, you can go ahead and change it to a week's time. And then when you view the particular chart, what you are going to view is that in the week 0, which is the week which you are considering, you got 100% of the people coming on to the week 0, but then on the week 1, only 4.78% people were retained out of the ones which came in the week 0, and then subsequent to which in the week 2 it was 2.53. The number deteriorated, and in the week 3 this number further deteriorated to 1.80, and then 1.62 in the week 4, and then 0.91, and then 0.54 in the week 6. So you are able to gather how far your website is able to retain your users. So with this, I am going to end up this video on cohort analysis. I have tried my level best to explain it as detailed as possible. In case you still have any questions, do give your comments. Do ask the questions in the comment sections. I'll be waiting for your rewards. Do subscribe to my channel, which is White Hat Ways. I'll keep on coming with new and updated content like this, so that your knowledge gets enhanced. Thanks a lot. Thank you for your time. Bye.